All right, ladies and gents, welcome to track 3. We've got the Denver Roller Derby, Bruising Altitude versus Angel City Derby Girls, Rocket Queens coming up here your way. My name is Stay Puft, came all the way from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I'm joined by the lovely and talented Apple Bottoms Up from right here in Emerald City.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This is going to be an exciting matchup. I'm ecstatic to be here.
Ecstatic, we got exciting, ecstatic. Let's think of all the other E words we can. Coming up here, his first jammers off the line, Noodles and Vanna Curtis taking the jam line for both of our teams.
And Noodles on the inside. Meanwhile, Denver's jammer being taken back by number 1128, TK. Your lead jammer going to Angel City.
Pack now holding up in between turns 1 and 2. Both jammers now free of the pack. Noodles get forced to the inside temporarily.
And she calls it with points on the board for Angel City.
3 points will be the result of jam 1, and an official timeout looks like is being signaled here.
That sounds like a great time to thank our officials and NSO referee crew. It takes a village to put on a big O.
Stormy Heather is our jammer on the Angel City side. Susie Powell taking the jam star for Denver Roller Derby, Bruising Altitude.
And that's Stormy Weather, 0-0 in the white.
Penalty box hasn't seen much love yet. Still empty as we start jam 2.
We're going to get a little clarification on the time clock in this official review. Give us just a few moments, folks. Meanwhile, if you get a chance to get your raffle tickets in between tracks 2 and 3, there's some fantastic vendor contributions, including a skate package, all sorts of great stuff.
Awesome. How much for raffle tickets?
I believe you can get a table's length for 20 bucks. That's what I did, or they are $1.
Pack holding still just off the jam line. Both jammers struggling against the opposing defense. Looks like Denver's taking that forward position.
That's Susie Powell, number 55 in the blue.
Lead jam exchange over to Denver this time. A penalty getting dished out on the Angel City side. Number 110.
Jammer in for Angel City, Quiet Riot. She's at the top of the pack, having some difficulty getting through that 3-wall of Denver's defense.
Susie Powell through and 5 points as she rounds the track.
You are right. That is number 00. Stormy Heather still in the pack.
Penalties getting dished out left and right. Angel City down 2, Denver down 1. A slide to the outside by Angel City in just before turn 1. Final result, 4 points over to Denver to close out jam 2. 14-3 is the score after 2 jams. 27 minutes and 45 left to play in the first half.
And number 1352, Block Lobster, going up against Pootie Tang, number 27 in the blue, with all the blockers up at the pivot line. Stay Puff. You don't see that as much, but...
No, especially this early in a game. Typically the pivot line starts, we'll see into the second half or later in the first half.
Giving those jammers a chance to pick up some speed might not have been the best choice as Denver takes it and runs. Your lead jammer, Pootie Tang.
Penalty handled it out to Angel City. That's, we got Regulators off to the penalty box.
And it's a race as Denver has lead jammer with Angel quickly behind. She turns to get a few points on the outside, and she does. But Angel also putting up 2 points to Denver's 1.
The result of Jam 3, 6 points over to Denver's Bruising Altitude, 2 to Angel City. 26 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the first half. Change-up of jammers for both teams. 406 Pipsqueak on the jam line.
And number 91, Abina Watson-Sarobi. Watson-Sirabo, thank you, crowd.
Sonic the Sledgehog comes on the reapproach up to the Denver line. Both jammers free of the pack into point scoring position now.
Stay Puft's gonna keep me honest, guys. We're gonna get those jammer names right. We will.
2 and 3, the reward for Denver and Angel City respectively. 4 jams down and 25 and 30 left to play. Returning jammer for Angel City, we've got Block Lobster. And 768 Supersonic, a brand new jammer for Denver.
That's 684 Noodles for Angel City.
Okay, look at that.
It's just the morning. It'll be all right. These skaters are hitting each other pretty tough. Not a lot of movement from the jammers, both still at turn 1. And Denver is at the top, Noodles at the back, but Denver going off to the penalty box for a cut track.
That'll give a potential power jam. Oh, look, we got both jammers headed off to the penalty box. A forearm penalty on Angel City means we're going to have a jammer exchange momentarily. Denver's jammer Supersonic back out on the track.
And just as quick, Noodles released from the penalty box. Oh, a huge hit by number 110, Bubbles, to Denver's jammer. And she takes her to the inside. Angel City jammer off to the outside, and Denver's blocker taking a trip to the penalty box.
Big shoulder hit by TK, knocking Supersonic out to the outside. Sorry, to the inside.
Looks like she got a penalty during that hit, Stay Puft. So both teams with one skater in the box, so it's a 4-on-4. And Noodles is through the pack. Meanwhile, Denver's jammer coming back in.
Pack now moving in between turns 1 and 2. Angel City jammers Noodles back into the fray. 5 points in that pass.
As she laps Denver's jammer, who is now out of the pack and trying to hustle through to the other side. Noodles quickly re-enters the pack with a spin move. No pass, no penalty. She gets 4 points on the board for Angel City.
The pack started to disintegrate there right towards the end of the jam. No points awarded to Angel City at the end or Denver. The total score in that one, 13 points to Angel City, 4 to Denver. Closing up jam 5, 23 minutes left to play. Our score within 6 points. Denver with a very narrow lead.
We like narrow leads, Stay Puft.
Indeed we do. Stormy Heather back out to the jam line for Angel City. And a new jammer, Vanna Curtis, on the Denver side.
I'm fairly impressed and slightly Twitter-pated by how many jammers both teams are fielding. It seems like they're kind of throwing everyone in there.
Well, you know, I'm wondering, have these teams met before? I'm not really sure if they have. So perhaps this is more of a period of testing out what's going to work against the opposing team.
As well, on a tournament weekend, we can understand that rosters will be switched around per game just to not fatigue all the players.
Indeed. These are the B teams for both of these squads as well.
And of course, everyone knows Denver, but Angel City is actually out of Culver City, California. Back to the action on the track. Number 93, Vanna Curtis, is through for 5 points.
She had a power jam going on there, but Angel City's jammer, Stormy Heather, I think. Yep, back
That's
out
right.
onto the track.
Lots of lateral movement. Stormy looking for an assist from her teammates. She gets through. Meanwhile, Vanna Curtis back in on the track.
Pack massing up here between the pivot and jam line just before the end whistle. 4 points awarded to Denver at the end of that one. And
if you are listening at home, we'd like to thank our live stream broadcast, Tieback Production Services. They are filming and live streaming this event.
looks like we got an official timeout going on here. Neither team wasting any time sending Block Lobster and Susie Powell out to the jam line. In the meantime, a couple stats we can tell you. Do you know that there are 34 of us announcers here this weekend?
That's a lot of mouths.
Certainly is. Some of us came from much further away. But yeah, great fun being here at Big O this weekend.
Speaking of further away, you guys know we have teams from Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. That's the Victoria Roller Derby League. They're going to be also hosting a boot camp on Monday.
Very cool. If you're able to stick around for that, definitely want to check that out.
That's 1352 Block Lobster going up against Susie Powell in the blue.
Penalty box is empty once again. We started with a 5-on-5 in Jam 7.
Oh, a nice hop on the inside by Denver's jammer, Susie Powell. Susie Powell at the top of turn 3 and a high block being issued to Angel City's regulator. Susie has 2 blockers to get through TK and number 78 on Angel City. Excuse me.
Angel City's one, T's number 2, and also Denver's 91, Bina Watson's Suribo, also in the penalty box, serving time.
Number 978, Kenya Diggett, putting on some amazing defense for Angel City as she knocks the jammer up the inside, but not enough for Susie Powell to get through. 5 more points, Denver.
Penalty box is starting to empty out a little bit. Our team's evening up on the track as they approach turn 1 one more time. Angel City jammer through. No lead, but you can tell she worked for that pass for sure. 5 more to Denver to end it off. Jam 7, just under 20 minutes left to play. Gap now of about 40 points. Denver picked up 15 in that last one.
We would like you all to participate in the Big O being one of the state's premier green events. We are setting the standard for environmentally friendly sporting events. Please recycle, compost, and pay attention to the garbage signs. We have to certify for this, Stay Puffed, and we are one of the only events in this state.
Very cool stuff, absolutely. Our jammers this time around, Sonic the Sledgehog and Pootie Tang. Pootie Tang with lead jam in hand, but a jammer race ensues as Sonic the Sledgehog making huge strides to check up to the pack in the stretch.
Pootie Tang went for some points, but she was met with a pair of Angel City blockers at the back of the track.
A quick hit it and quit it for Denver adds 3 points to the board and 18:52 left to play in the first half.
In blue is Pipsqueak going up against Noodle. Looks like a nice matchup between these two jammers, Stay Puff.
Indeed, we've seen Noodle. I think we've seen both of these on the jam line, these skaters. It's a 5-on-3 for Denver as we start this one.
Let's see if Denver can take advantage of that low blocker. I don't know, those 2 at the top are holding her back. She is your lead jammer, Denver Pipsqueak.
Noodle's gone forced to the inside, a drop to a knee in turn 1. Reposition back behind the pivot line and back into the action in turn 2.
Pipsqueak forcing her hip, twisting, trying to do a football shuffle. She's to the outside, and 5 points, Denver.
Pack almost coming to a standstill. Someone pitch a tent just right before turn 3. Back and forth. The pack seems to be almost like a windshield wiper. I saw a lot of that yesterday.
Well, we are in Oregon. We're kind of known for a lot of rain.
I spent a lot of time in a car yesterday.
Oh, a huge tumble on the top. But Noodle gets up and keeps herself going. She's not your lead jammer, but she's coming back in as Denver's calling the jam.
Pipsqueak picks up 3 more for Denver to add 8 points to the score in Jam 9. 17 minutes and change left to play in the first half.
That's 768 Supersonic going up against Block Lobster. Sounds like we got a little cheering crowd out there. We like that.
An advantage over to Angel City in this one, 5-on-4. Penalty for Denver continue to be served from the previous jam.
Supersonic taking a hit on Denver's jammer, trying to stop her, but she is through for the lead. That's Supersonic.
Both jammers now out of the pack. 4 points as Supersonic runs the track and finishes that one up.
And that's 93 Vanna Curtis going up against 0-0 Stormy Weather. Let's hope she doesn't bring the stormy weather we're known for. Last year we had a fantastic sunny Big O. Let's hope we get the same.
Full 5-on-5 as we get started in Jam 11. Both jammers struggling against those walls. It looks like Denver choosing to take that forward position.
Stormy Heather going up the outside. She takes a huge hit. She's got one more blocker to get past. Lots of fancy footwork. She's your lead jammer, Angel City.
Denver's Abena Watson off to the penalty box.
Angel City needs to take this lead jammer opportunity and run with it. She got met with a wall of Denver's blockers. And Stormy Heather to the outside with a tumble. She's going to call that jam. I love that. A nice little handshake after the scriffle.
Indeed. 5 points now over to the Angel City side, bringing their score to 26. We're past the quarter mark now, 11 jams down. Some pretty quick jams thus far. We haven't seen any full 2 minutes that I remember. And I think the teams are starting to really feel out what's happening from the other side, and we're starting to see strategies change a little bit.
Well, Denver's consistently been getting lead for the last several jams. Angel City on that last one. Let's see if they can repeat the lead today. That means these jammers have been playing fairly clean.
Good to see, especially early in a tournament.
That's
lead jam
right.
over to Angel City once again. Sonic the Sledgehog.
And Susie Powell re-enters at the back of the track. She's looking to her teammates for a little help. And they give it, getting her up to the top of the pack. One player to beat, and now recycled back in by Angel City's blockers. Meanwhile, the Sledgehog is out.
Pack now moving in between turns 3 and 4. A bit of a spill going on. Low block issued to number 12, Donna
And
Digler.
Number 110, Bubbles, putting a huge hit on Susie Powell, and she goes back, and Susie is going to be issued a penalty and spent a few moments in the box.
It's like a cut truck penalty got dished out there.
Both jammers are going to do a little swapping in the box.
Pack now awaiting the return of the Denver Jammer. Lots of penalties got dished out there. Very few players on the track. Big shoulder hit, knocking Denver's Jammer, Susie Powell, to the inside.
And for that hit, Bubbles going off to the penalty box. Susie Powell trying everything to get through. She sees a line up the inside, but not before number 12. Katniss Everspeed can take her out. Lots of calls by the referees, keeping these skaters honest, Stay Puff.
Another another huge jam for Angel City. 10 points, bringing their score to 36. 12 minutes and 20 left to play. You said honest, and it came out of my mouth. It was, yeah.
Well, let's hear it, Angel City fans. We see you over there.
Come on, give it up.
All right, let's hear it for Pootie Tang. She's coming up as Denver's Jammer.
A power start for the Denver side, and here it is, successful power jam out of the gate in Jam 13.
Pootie Tang taking this opportunity, but the track is quickly speeding up with these skaters trying to protect their points. And a hit by Killen Sicilian. She goes out. Pootie Tang, no pass, no penalty. She's back in for 4 points. Number 91, Sonic the Sledgehog, back out of the penalty box for Angel City. This is her first pass. Sounds like a rough hit as Denver's Jammer is going to take a few moments. While our fantastic EMTs check on our skaters, we're going to just hang tight, Stay Puff.
Back up on her feet, and the medics are taking care of her. That's good to see.
We're going to be getting back to the action in just a moment. We just want to remind everyone, since we're talking about safety, all protective gear must be worn if you are on skates, and no skating is allowed in the lobby except on the mats to the restroom. Keep it safe.
Yeah, not only for the skaters, but also for us peds, as pedestrians. No, anyway. Empty penalty box. Oh no, sorry, Denver's got one skater in there. It'll be a 5-on-4 for Angel City to start off Jam 14. Clock had stopped at 11:24. Denver sitting at 82, Angel at 36. Still early in this game though. We got, another 12 minutes almost in this half, and then a full second half to figure out where this is going. I'm going to be really curious to see what the board looks like, the penalty board looks like at the half, and then how these teams adjust coming into the second half.
Well, we still have 11 minutes to go, so penalties will definitely become an issue for the second half. Number 406 in the blue, your Jammer. That's Pipsqueak. She's still in as Noodles is the lead on her second pass. She's now able to score. Noodles, a huge hit to the outside. She's going to have to recycle all the way around at turn 2. Meanwhile, we have a successful star pass by Denver, or a star stash, I should say. Pipsqueak stashed it, pulled it back out. 5 points
to Angel City. We're starting to see more leads for Angel. There's definitely some change up going on there. 10 minutes and 30 left to play in the first half, 14 jams away. I think we're easily going to see 22, 23 jams in this first half.
Yeah, it seems to be a quick hit it and quit it. Number 1352, Block Lobster, going up against Supersonic.
Denver holding back a little bit, taking that rear position. Block Lobster's got that blue wall to break through, leaning right into those blockers and then taking the outside route. Lead jam over to Angel City once again.
we don't want to disregard the work Angel City's blockers are doing in establishing that lead position for their jammer, holding back Denver. 1 point, and they will take it. 82-42. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this is a game.
15 jams away. Jam 16 coming your way shortly. We've got Stormy Heather taking the jam line once again. Her opponent this time, Vanna Curtis, number 93 in blue for Denver. And a full squad of 5 per side as we start this one.
No more starts at the pivot line for them.
Both jammers attempting to divide and conquer. Stormy Heather gets repositioned back into the midfield.
But it's Denver, your lead jammer. Vanna Curtis re-entering as Stormy Heather still in the back of the pass. Got a little bit of equipment on the track.
Pack separating quite a bit between turns 1 and 2. Stormy Heather passing once more.
Denver doing a great job of stringing on that last pass.
The result of all that hard work, 2 points to Denver to close out Jam 16. 8 minutes and 30 on the clock.
And Sonic the Sledgehog is going to go against Susie Powell in the blue. Smells like marshmallows up here, guys, because I'm sitting next to Stay Puff, and he's got a pocket full of marshmallow stickers. It's not a bad thing.
No.
The action on the track, both jammers moving laterally, but seeming to go nowhere as the 3 wall of blockers is doing a good job keeping nobody as lead. But
Tiptoe through turn 2. Sonic the Sledgehog comes through with lead jam.
Susie Powell going to do a little bit of jammer defense as the jammer for Denver. She's taken it to the inside and unfortunately going to spend a minute in the penalty box. A power jam for Angel City.
Is it just me, but if you listen really carefully, every time she gets a point, I can hear a ding, 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 ding.
And once again, 5 points for the skater in white, Sledgehog.
Too many video games for me as a kid. I think that's where that's coming from.
Yeah, I didn't get the reference, but now I do. Every time I announce Supersonic, I want to start singing and rapping it.
Oh, I forgot about that.
We've
JJ
got
Fad, way
a
back.
penalty being issued to Denver's last defense blocker as Angel City cheers their jammer on. Susie Powell for Denver re-entering at the back of the pack. Killing Sicilian taking her back. A huge jump on the apex by Sledgehog.
Another big 5 points for Angel City. They're definitely narrowing this gap as we approach the half.
And attempted hop up the inside. She's going to reset Sledgehog for Angel City. Takes a look behind her, realizes she's got to call it. Almost runs into Susie Powell at that last second.
She eked out 2 additional points at the end of that jam. She saw the other jam coming, decided it was good to do some damage control. 22-point big jam for Angel City in that one. The clock has stopped at 6:08, and a team timeout has been called by Denver. Our score sitting at 85 for Denver, 64 for Angel City. Only 21 points separating our two teams, with only a few minutes left to play in the first half.
Yeah, both teams going to spend a minute regrouping, resting up. Our non-skating officials in pink over here are going to make sure everything is good to go. We're going to give a shout out, Ninkasi Brewing. They are the #1 local brewery here in the Eugene area. They've been supporting us with kegs full of beer for years.
Beer for years. That sounds like a dream to most people.
It's always good to have support from your local breweries.
Mm-hmm. Hey, folks here in the crowd, if you're here and you know somebody who isn't here, make sure you let them know. The tournament is streaming on WFTDA.tv all weekend long from all 3 tracks. So if they, for some reason, couldn't make it today, unfortunately, or for the weekend, make sure to let them know.
We're going to be getting back to the action on the track now. Pipsqueak going up against the Noodles in white for Angel City. Both jammers looking very well matched. And up the inside with a spin for Angel City, it's Noodles.
Cut track penalty on Denver's jammer, giving the power jam over to Noodles. Pipsqueak will hang out in the penalty box temporarily as the pack moves into turn 2, and Noodles crosses to the inside one more time.
Oh, she stays in bounds as the last defense from Denver chasing her at the top of the pack. And some communication between Angel City's blockers to plan their offense, and timed it well. Noodles at the top of the pack, another 5 points, Angel City.
Yeah, Tara Kish and Georgia both doing their darndest. You use those hips to get Noodles to the outside.
And they are at a standstill as Denver's 3 blockers holding Noodles. She's trying to come up to the inside, spinning. She's gonna have to reset. And Pipsqueak still fighting through Angel City. They are a 4-wall, looking very fierce, led by Bubbles at the top. Oh, you could hear that from over here. Huge hit, and it looks like one of Denver's blockers gonna be going off to the penalty box as Noodles comes up the outside, calls the jam.
5 additional points to Angel City to end up jam 18, 15 the total in that one. Our score are now only within 6 points. We might even see a lead change before the half. How exciting is that, folks? You enjoying what you're seeing or what? Okay, a few of you are.
It's so exciting, they can't look away. This is the first day of our 3-day tournament, and this game has not disappointed. 6 points separate, and Denver gets the lead for the first time in a while. Let's see if they can make some points out of this. And a couple points on the board. 3 to be exact for Denver, 88-79. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left to go in this first half.
Both teams starting with 4 on the track as we get into jam 20. Jammer on the Denver side, 7-6-8 is Supersonic returning again, and Stormy Heather back up to the jam line.
With a pivot line start by the blockers, Supersonic to the out, to the in, gets passed by Angel City's jammer. She's got 2 to through, and she is lead. That is Stormy Heather. Denver going off on a penalty. I gotta say, Stay Puff, you're right. Those penalties are gonna start affecting this game. Angel City, power jam.
Stormy Heather got knocked to the inside in the stretch. Had to reposition back almost to turn 2. Getting some help from her teammates, but big defense by Denver. Around the outside, and 5 points to Angel City.
You can hear their teammates cheering them on from the bench. Angel City looking for some help from her offensive players. Stormy Heather.
Beba Fett with a couple shoulder hits there on Stormy Heather, trying to keep her at bay as long as possible.
Oh, and Denver's blocker up the outside. She is through. No scoring points on that pass. 4 points for Angel City.
Bringing our score within 1 point.
Let's hear it for a 1-point game.
And we're in the last 2 minutes of play in this first half. 20 jams away. And
I couldn't be happier.
That's awesome.
Number 55, Susie Powell in the blue, going up against Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic, she's up at the top to the outside. She's only got 2 Denver blockers to get through and make that one. She's your lead jammer.
Yeah, multiplayer block getting dished out to Denver's number 122. Anna Filson will hang out there.
And a jump, but she runs into one Denver's blockers. So Sledgehog gonna have to recycle to the back. She sees Denver's jammer coming and calls the jam.
3 points up on the board for Angel City means we have a lead change.
For the first time in the game, Angel City.
As we enter the final minute of play, who are our jammers? Vanna Curtis back out to the jam line. 684 Noodles in white also. Shoulder to shoulder on the jam line, and a pivot line start once again to close out the half.
Noodles sneaking right up against Denver's jammer, trying to intimidate. Denver's jammer jumps through. Noodles at the back of the pack. No lead has been established yet. A multiplayer block being issued, except Angel City jammer to the penalty box. It's Denver.
Lead jammer over to Vanna Curtis.
That's right, Vanna. Let's see if she can turn some numbers. Vanna getting caught up with the 2-wall of Angel City. A little help from her blocker, number 122, Anna Filson.
5 points over to Denver as she passes the pack one more time.
Boy, Denver really needed this opportunity to get their lead change back. And she takes a big hit to the front. It's 5 points, Denver. Noodles has come back into the pack. She is going to take a moment, and unfortunately another penalty. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen. Denver with 40 seconds to go and lead status.
Power jam for Angel City once again as the pack moves into turn 3.
Power jam for Denver. That's all right. Vanna Curtis going up against a 4-wall, taking a huge hit, but legal, Stay Buff.
That was a massive shoulder hit. I felt it from here.
That's Bone Crusher. Just 4 seconds to go. We are to the end of this first half. Wow,
Denver
what an exciting
shooting back
game.
into the lead now at 108. Angel City at 90 as we leave you at the half. We got just under 10 minutes to go. So, folks, if you need to grab a snack, hit the washroom, get a drink, do whatever you got to do. Come on back real quick. Again, I'm Stay Puffed here with Apple Bottoms Up, and we will be right back.
Skaters, lost your mouth guard? Hit this. Time for an upgrade? Hit this. New to Derby and not sure where to start? Hit this. We are Derby owned and operated with 6 years of experience. Hit This Derby Gear can hook you up with skates, gear, and honest advice based on your skating style and individual needs. Visit us at our store in Salem, Oregon, or online at www.hitthisderbygear.com. Whether you are a new or veteran skater, before you hit the track, hit this.
Hi folks, Scald Eagle here. Have you had a chance to take a look at the new Bonk Quadstar skate? The boots are ultra lightweight with no break-in period and are great for skaters with skinnier ankles. They also have a 100% Australian full-grain leather outer and a completely heat-moldable hand-laid fiberglass base. Get that premium performance without the premium price tag. Boom. Come over to the Bonk booth right now and check out this rad new skate.
At Roller Derby Athletics, we take the guesswork out of off-skate training so you can focus on being fierce. We help you transform your game without a lot of time or equipment. With 5 training programs plus all-star memberships, there's an option to suit every athlete. And we train skaters worldwide with high-quality video instruction and online support. At Roller Derby Athletics,
Ladies
we
and gents,
empower
just a
you
quick
to be
announcement.
safe,
If you have a
strong,
license
and
plate, it's an
unstoppable.
Oregon
Want to
license
see for
plate
yourself?
217
Sign up today for our
FSO,
free Basics Builder
217
program.
FSO.
Roller
It's a
Derby
green
Athletics
Honda
takes the
CR-V.
guesswork out of
Your lights are
off-skate
on.
training. helping
and
you
you'll want
become
to
safe,
turn them off,
strong,
otherwise,
and unstoppable.
they
Here's
won't
what
be on when
skaters
you
from
find your
around the
vehicle.
world are
Again, that's
saying.
Oregon
Lots of
217
great advice and
FSO,
things that helped me
green
after I
Honda
broke my ankle and
CRV.
had I've lost 90
We're trying
pounds
to
and
announce that
discovered
again,
my
just
age.
to make sure
Love that
if you know
site.
somebody
And
who
the
owns
free
that
has
vehicle,
been
make sure to let them
amazing.
know to
It's
turn
really
lights
worth the
off.
investment.
Thanks.
Booty Quick rocks. You won't regret the investment.
Want to see for yourself? Sign up today for our free Basics Builder program and transform your game with roller derby athletics.
Hey, this is Dan from S1 Helmets. We're in the testing lab today testing helmets to see if they pass the multiple impact certification test. We're going to be testing 3 helmets today. There's a soft foam helmet with EVA foam and a terry cloth liner. There's a hockey helmet with triple density EVA foam. The S1 Lifer helmet with EPS fusion foam. All 3 of these helmets are marketed as multiple impact helmets. We're going to test all of them today and see which ones actually pass the test. The multiple impact test is when we drop a helmet to achieve a velocity of 4.57 meters per second. This simulates a 10-mile-an-hour impact or a 4-foot drop. The same helmet is tested 3 times in the same location. The helmet must reduce the energy pulse to under 300 Gs each time. Anything over 300 Gs can result in a traumatic brain injury or a severe concussion. In summary, the soft foam helmet with EVA foam and the hockey helmet with triple density foam did not pass the multiple impact test. The S1 Lifer helmet with EPS fusion foam did pass the multiple impact test.
A lot of very impressive people in roller derby.
This was definitely a proud moment for me, wearing the black, white, and red.
I care about this thing more than I care about any other article of clothing in my wardrobe.
This represents to me like 7 years of blood, sweat, and tears.
Glitter is fun and hardcore. I've learned that it's hardcore.
My uniform is always in pristine condition.
My truck is purple, my shoes are purple, my underwear are purple.
It takes a lot of drive and a lot of passion to keep going in roller derby.
Sometimes when you play roller derby, you're just kind of like, why am I doing this? This is so weird.
I just can't imagine that I'd get more kicks like playing golf than I do hitting a you know? Feels good.
My name is Rachel Rotten.
My name is Midge Wilhelm.
I'm Fifi Nomenon.
I'm Jackie Daniels.
My name's Steph Maney.
Hi, I'm Scald Eagle.
And S1.
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 And S1 is part of my uniform.
A clear path through the pack almost never exists. So we fight and make our own.
All right, back to the action on track 3. Welcome back. 93 is your jammer. Vanna Curtis returning. 684 Noodles. We've seen these two already on the track at the half. We left you 108 to 90, and a quick lead change back to Denver just before the half, and a very exciting game on this track.
That's right, Stay Puff. I'm Apple Bottoms Up, and this is my home league. And we are very happy to have you guys joining us for the Big O tournament this year. This is a fantastic game with a couple lead changes in the last bit of the first half. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Well, if this is any indication of the type of derby we're going to see this weekend, and I'm pretty sure it is, the folks who are here are really, best seats in the country. Never mind the house.
I know, I always feel as an announcer, we get such a fantastic opportunity to see talent every game at the Big O. And in just a moment, we are going to get this second half underway. That's number 93, Vanna Curtis, going up against 684 Noodles. Noodles taking a fall over one of the players, and she's going to go to the penalty box, giving Denver lead jammer.
I believe it was a multiplayer call, it looked like. Oh, no, might have been Angel City on that one. I'm not quite sure who the signals were for. But lead jam over to Denver, 5 points up on the board for Vanna Curtis as she passes the back in the stretch.
She is on her second time through, looking for 5 more, but this time getting met with the 3-wall of Angel City. We do have a penalty being issued, and another 5 points for Denver. Looks like Noodles is re-entered to the back of the pack. Denver's jammer quickly passing her. She only has 2 of Angel City's blockers. She gets through. 4 points on that one, Stay Puffed.
On the tiptoes as well in turn 4. Just about struck to the outside, but hanging on just barely on the toe stops. Another one. 4 points to Denver. Bring their total of 18 points in Jam 1 in this second half.
And it's Susie Powell in blue going up against Sonic the Sledgehog in white and red for Angel City.
Five on 4 for Denver as we start Jam 2. Killen Sicilian finishing up a penalty from the previous jam. Gives Denver the 5-on-4 advantage.
Both jammers in as Angel City takes the lead at the last second. Sonic the Sledgehog coming in for her second pass. Her scoring pass with a huge jump up the apex, and unfortunately gets a cut on that jump. See, Sonic, that's why I never try to jump the apex.
Jumping, what's that?
All right, Denver's Susie Powell with 5 points in that last pass. Denver lining all their blockers to the inside, giving a nice hello to their jammer, Susie, as Denver sneaks in for their deep offense. Susie Powell goes off to the box.
Quiet Riot forced that cut track penalty on Denver's jammer. Sonic the Sledgehog coming back in into turn 4. Denver holding that forward wall. Sonic the Sledgehog looking for that opening.
A little help from her blockers, but she's still being recycled, waterfalled by Denver. She's on the inside and hit, taken back by number 91, Abina Watson-Sorobi.
Sonic the Sledgehog attempting again in turn 1.
With Sarabo getting caught up once again. That's a tough 2-wall there, Sarabo and Supersonic. And Sledgehog moving laterally, but still unable to push Denver's 4-wall. She's looking for help from Killen Sicilian to come up and play a little offense.
Separating that pack there in between turns 1 and 2, but not a lot of movement from our players.
Yeah, it's a slow game out there. It seems like both these teams have established the who's who and who to stay on. And now that we got a little consistency in the pack, they're onto each other's moves.
Denver picked up 5 on that last one. And I think it was 3 over to Angel City, bringing the score 12 to 5 in that last jam. 25 minutes and 50 left to play. Jam 3 is underway.
Stormy Heather in the white going against Pootie Tang in the blue. Some amazing blocking, and Pootie Tang to the inside by number 978. Can you dig it from Angel City? That gives Angel City the lead opportunity. And Stormy's gonna come in, trying to get her points. Denver's jammer being brought to the back of the pack by Wanna Tees.
Kenya Diggett headed off to the penalty box for Angel City. It's 4-on-4 out there right now. Denver, both jammers actually through the pack. 5 points up on the board for Stormy Heather. Decides it's time to call it off.
Not before Pootie Tang passed her up.
Our score sitting with 24 minutes and 45 left to play. 138 for Denver. Angel City right at the 3-digit mark, 100 points in the pocket. 3 jams down, and still lots to play in the second half.
Supersonic in the blue against Block Lobster in the white. Lots of toe work out there, spins, jumps, but not a lot of movement forward as these 3 walls containing both the jammers. We have yet to have a lead, although Denver is now at the top of the pack. Your lead, Supersonic.
Both jammers out on the track, making the rounds. Penalty getting handed out to Denver as the pack finally approaches the stretch. You can tell the strength of the defensive teams based on how far they make it around the track in the first 30 seconds or so.
That's right, and once they get out, things sped up really fast on that last play. 141 to 102, still anybody's game. Lots of time. Stay puffed.
So true. Pipsqueak 406 taking the jam line. 684 Noodles returning once again. Folks, don't forget Vendor Village right here on track 2 and 3 as well as on track 1. So make sure you head over, see some of our vendors we got in the house. We got Riddell, Moda Skates, Left Turn Clothing, and Living Color Duct Tape. All here with where to sell you while you're here at Big O this weekend. Lead jam to Angel City, 684 Noodles holding strong. Both jammers through the pack, and the pack disintegrates between turns 1 and 2 now. Denver trying to force a no pack opportunity. Angel City finishes it off with 4.
That was a fantastic jam for both teams. Seemed like Noodle pinballed her way through that pack.
Yeah, there wasn't enough position opportunity there to extend it any further. We got our 4. Let's call it off. Let's restart. And I think that's how they're going to chip away at this lead, is 4, 8 points at a time. Not much more than that at this point.
Yes, it seems like both teams are so strong to do anything more than 4 points and quit it would be incredibly tiring. 93 going to the penalty box on a cut track, it looks. That's Vanna Curtis for Denver. Your jammer, Sonic the Sledgehog, in white for Angel City. Just 2 Denver blockers to beat, one of them getting a multiplayer block. It is a 2-on-3 with Angel advantage in both blockers and power jam status. And a hip hop. 5 points, Angel City.
Pack now holding in between turns 1 and 2. Denver with that rear position, awaiting the return of Sonic the Sledgehog. They got something for her. She breaks through successfully, and 5 more points on the board for Angel City.
93 back in the pack. That's Vanna Curtis for Denver. She's on the inside, swings through. Not on a scoring pass, but lots of work to get through there. And Angel City's jammer calls it.
picking the right time to do it. I think it was what that was all about. 20 points only separating these two teams. Realistically, 1 or 2 jams separating them with 6 down, 21 minutes left to play in this game. Susie Powell and Bubbles taking the jam position once again.
Susie Powell to the inside. She quickly gains lead. Jammer for Denver. Meanwhile, Bubbles takes a fall. She's back up. Still at turn 2. Susie Powell about to re-enter at turn 1. On her scoring pass, Bubbles catching up. Susie gets 2 points. Calls it for Denver. Another shout out to some of our vendors, Green Monster, Durbalife, Fast Girl Skates, and Fingers Duke. These are long-term vendors for the Big O. Been here a few years in a row.
5-on-4 advantage going into jam 8. Our jammers Stormy Heather and Pootie Tang. Shoulder to shoulder once again.
And it is Angel City. Lead jammer. Stormy Heather coming into a 3-wall at the back of turn 2. She's up the inside, past Supersonic, recycled back in and calls the jam.
Three points will be the result for Angel City in that one. Again, chipping away at that lead, only 19 points separating these two teams. 19 minutes and 15 left to play.
Pipsqueak in the blue going against Block Lobster. We're going to have an official timeout. Looks like that was called as an official review. We're going to get some details worked out. Meanwhile, Stay Puff, let's talk about a little bit of media. 2 Big O games will be covered for the WFTDA sponsored event this weekend, covered on ESPN 3.
The big time. So the Rose City Rollers taking on the number 2 ranked Victorian Roller Derby League and top 10 Texas Roller Girls and Angel City Derby Girls challenging for top ranking spots. You're going to want to check out WFTDA.tv/ESPN for access details if you're watching from home. So the folks listening in from outside, of course, and if you're here and won't be here, those are Saturday night, right? Tomorrow night.
That's right. That's
so
right. The other thing is,
want to miss it.
We're watching Angel City's B team right now, and it will be Angel City's A team, travel team, going up against Texas, I believe.
Yeah, just as a clarification for that too, the ESPN 3 thing just here in the U.S. If you're outside of the U.S., you'll actually still have access to it through WFTDA.tv. Or if you go to the Emerald City website, you'll find the links to get there. So if you're listening in from my home country, Canada, or from Finland or Australia, or wherever, you can tune in there.
I know we have some of our former Big O participants back in London watching, and that's exciting. We got to have both the men's and women's top teams from London out in the past, and I know they're all anxiously watching back at home. So a big shout out to any international viewers out there. And this is an internationally recognized WFTDA sanctioned tournament, which is amazing.
Yeah, there's only a handful of games here this weekend. This one included here on track 3. That is considered a, it's not sanctioned. What do we call it again?
Something else, but it's not sanctioned.
Yeah.
Almost every other game this weekend will be. Back to the action on the track. It looks like Angel City taking the lead and looking for some cues from her coach. Block Lobster says, okay, am I going still? Yes, I am. Pushing into a Denver 3-wall. That's not easy, Stay Puff.
Indeed. We've seen lots of big defense for both of our teams here.
Great communication between Angel City and their coaches off the track. Every pass, I see the jammer look to their coach and get guidance, whether to call it or not. And like you said, I don't think we've seen one jam go for an entire 2 minutes.
No, not yet. There might have been one delayed one in the first game or first half, but most of our jams have been a minute and a quarter. Looks like an official review again. Denver's coach approached the center and a couple other folks there chatting. Great opportunity to thank a few more people. Actually, don't forget about the Big O raffle. Encourage people to purchase. We want to encourage you to get your raffle tickets. We actually just mentioned that briefly in the first half. One ticket's $1 or get a table length for 20, you said?
Yes, I got an entire table full of tickets, and I stocked them into a couple things I really wanted.
Nice. The grand prize winners will be picked at 7:45 on Sunday, just before the Team USA men's bout. So get your raffle tickets, but don't wait, right?
That's
it's a good time to
right.
have them.
You don't have to be present to win, but you do have to be present to come pick up your stuff.
Exactly.
All right, we're going to be back in just a moment to this fantastic game, Stay Puff. 20-something or odd points between the two teams. We all know that's nothing in Derby.
And the clock has stopped at 18 minutes and 31, 9 jams down. I'm pretty sure we're going to see at least 20 jams in this half. Finish it up.
We want to remind everyone that we will also be having every game vote for an MVP for the women's and men's games. At the end of this weekend on Sunday, we will make an MVP team on the fly, print up all their shirts, and make them play against Team USA.
Sounds like fun.
Sounds kind of intimidating.
Well, for us anyway, yeah.
But it's a great opportunity, and every year I see skaters that are chosen by opposing teams that don't know them. And it's always such an honor to be chosen by an opposing team. And then you suddenly are a star playing against the best in the country. It's awesome.
Very cool. One of the things I love about Derby, of course, is that recognition between skaters. Hey, we can be adversaries on the track, but you rock, and I want to let you know that you rock.
Oh, yeah. I'll knock you out and then give you a high five.
That's right. Folks in the crowd on the opposite side of the track, how are you guys doing over there? You having fun? I know it's early. Come on, we're only 2 games in. You got to keep that energy up.
I know. The beer doesn't open till, I think, like, in a while.
Oh, is that why? Ah.
That's right. We have plenty of concessions that are available between tracks 1, 2, and 3 over here, as well as at the front of the building. There is food that will be available till about 9 o'clock tonight.
Very cool. We want to keep you going all weekend long. Great Derby, and keep you energized and hydrated, of course.
If you want to participate on social media, you can send your live tweets to @ECRG, and that stands for Emerald City Roller Girls, your host league. Twitter @ECRG_the Big O. So send us your photos, tweet it up, Instagram, #Big O 2016.
Looks like the discussions are over. We're back to the action now.
I don't see anybody being sent to the box or any changes, so we're going to have to assume that that official review was declined, and we're continuing on. 684 Noodles, your lead jammer for Angel City. In the pack, Supersonic in blue. Supersonic at the top, going up against 100 Bubbles. Getting taken down and gonna have to reset for a moment. Wait a minute, that was Quiet Riot that was 100 out there. And And Denver's jammer through the pack.
Supersonic struggling a little bit to stay on her feet now through.
Noodles getting 5 points on that last pass. Denver still on her first on her first pass.
10 points the total for Angel City in that last jam. Score now sitting at 143 to 38. I'm no math whiz, but that's a 5-point difference between our teams. 17 minutes and 20 seconds left to play. And just to confirm from before, both teams have now lost their official review for the remainder of the game after that last overturn from Denver.
And as we know, penalties will start to be quite an issue in this second half, although the box is now clear. Two of Angel City's blockers returning to the track just in time to put up some defense against Denver's jammer. She goes up against Killen Sicilian, passes through, she flips to the top, and is your lead jammer, 93 Vanna Curtis. As the pack speeds up, Vanna Curtis sneaks in for 2 points, unmet by Angel City. I'd like to see a few more lead changes, Stay Puff, because they always make me happy.
I do too. I'm sure Denver doesn't want to see that, but we do. Now just keep it exciting for the fans, right? Stormy Heather taking the jam line, and Susie Powell. It's the battle of the palindromic numbers. Both of their numbers could be read the same back. Sorry, I'm nerding out. I'll
It's
just
okay.
stop.
They seem very well matched, this Susie Powell and Stormy. And Susie Powell up the inside, but she gets a cut track. That leaves Angel City tiptoeing on the outside, knocked out by Denver's blockers. She's up against a very strong three wall. Some help from 100. Quiet Riot coming in, but Angel City's jammer still stuck in the pack. And a cut track being issued to Angel City's jammer. We're going to have a switch out. Susie Powell back in. Angel City getting ready to take a little offense from their friends, the Bruising Altitude, Denver.
Shoulder hit and a hip check from Angel City, putting Susie Powell to the inside one more time, but it only holds her back temporarily. Now through the pack, initial pass in hand. No points awarded yet in Jam 12.
I noticed Denver getting all up in the business of Angel City's blockers as they were trying to reform on that power pass. Now we have both jammers in the pack. Susie Powell at the back taking a high hit, and a penalty being issued for that to 100 Quiet Riot. 5 points on the board for Denver's Susie Powell.
Yeah, that was a high block against Quiet Riot, who's in the penalty box now, serving that penalty.
Susie Powell in a fast pack. 4 points on the board for Denver, and she's catching up to Angel City's jammer. Killing a little time on the clock. Denver in no hurry with a nice lead, but I wouldn't necessarily call it comfortable yet.
No, indeed. There's only 21 points separating these two. Again, pretty much 1 to 2 jams in between. 13 minutes and 45 left to play. 12 jams away. And jam Lucky 13 coming up.
Block Lobster, 1352 in the white, number 27 in the blue. Pootie Tang. Pootie Tang, your lead jammer for Denver. Angel City, not to be discouraging, but they are going to have a little bit of a penalty here, dropping it to 3 blockers against Denver. And Pootie Tang calls it. Meanwhile, 2 points on the board for Angel City to meet Denver's 3.
Our score now with just under 13 minutes left to play and 13 jams away in the second half. 162 to Denver. Angel City at 140. 22 points separating our teams. Pipsqueak and
Noodles.
Yeah. Facing off one more time, shoulder to shoulder. And our penalty box has got a skater apiece in there, so 4-on-4 as we get started in this one.
You know, I always liked 4-on-4. It seemed easier, maybe? I don't know.
Less people to be aware of, maybe?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. All right, but right now we've got a whole bundle of skaters all over the track, stringing out between both these teams. And through for the lead is Pipsqueak. Noodles taking a hit by 6:45, Georgia.
A direction of play penalty on Noodles is going to send her to the penalty box. It'll give a power jam over to Denver.
Pipsqueak getting through. Here comes Noodles. All right, she is untouched. 4 points for Angel City. Denver coming back at the top of the pack. She's got a 2-wall of Angel City to get through. Oh, number 100. Quiet Riot giving some trouble to Denver.
Did anyone else feel the floor move on that one? I don't know how she did that and then turn 2. That was crazy.
Defying physics. 169 to 147. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, for these two teams.
That's a little better. The energy's starting to come up. They're thinking of beer.
We're going to get them cheering, but they do have to last the whole weekend. Number 91 in the white and red, Sonic the Sledgehog. Your lead going up against Supersonic.
Supersonic took a bit of a spill there before the pivot line, repositioning back into the middle. Both jammers back and forth, looking for an opening with a hop. Number 91, Sonic the Sledgehog, and 5 points. Ding, 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 ding.
Sonic's been hopping those apexes all day. I think Sledgehogs do hop a lot, and catching herself on the inside as to not get a cut track. She calls the jam. 1 point to 2 points, Angel City.
That brings Angel City within 16 points of Denver. Just over 10 minutes left to play, 15 jams down.
Both these teams hustling out to the track to get their position.
Stormy Heather and Vanna Curtis shoulder to shoulder once more. And a very tight, compressed, right to the jam line start for both of our teams.
Penalty box is clear for the first time in a while. Let's see if they can keep it that way. It's Denver, your lead jammer. Vanna Curtis and Stormy pushing in. She's almost through. A multiplayer block being issued to one of Denver's players. Stormy Heather going up against 91. That's Abina Watson-Cerubo.
Anna Filson, the recipient of that multiplayer block for Denver. Both jammers within close proximity. Vanna Curtis will decide to call it off. 4 points over to Denver in jam 16. Less than 9 minutes left to play.
Any timeouts left on these teams? Maybe one each?
They each have at least 2. Angel City's actually got 3, but both teams have lost their review, so.
That's right. Well, we'll be seeing those coming up pretty soon. They gotta be getting tired. Susie Powell going up against Block Lobster, and they are jammer on jammer. Boy, everyone just pushing at the back of the pack, trying to just edge each other out. Oh, Susie Powell being taken back by TK. Angel City has an opportunity to hold off. Let's see if their jammer can make it through Denver's wall at the top. She is almost through. 13:52, your lead jammer, Block Lobster.
Clam picked up a high block there, is off to the penalty box. Angel City with that lead.
As I said earlier, Stave Puff, Angel City doing a great job of communication between their jammer and the bench. Every jam, every time.
Oh, a successful star pass. Susie Powell actually picked up the star. Was it a pass or was it a stash? Thank you. So they were thinking about handing it off, but didn't quite work out the timing-wise. Pootie Tang and who's our jammer?
Noodles, number
again.
684. I can recognize her stance now. Very noodly. Speaking of noodles, if you'd like to win a gift certificate to the Noodles and Company, you can put your ticket into that box at the raffle.
Who doesn't like a good noodle?
And our raffle is not random, Stay Puff. You put your ticket in what you want to win.
Nice.
Back to the track. Noodles gets a cut. She is going to go to the penalty box, and Denver has an opportunity to maintain their lead. Not if Angel City's blockers have anything to do with it. 12, Diggler, the last line of defense.
Lead jam Denver now as the pack holds in turn 3. Angel City holding that forward wall, awaiting the return of Pootie Tang. On the tiptoe on the toe stops. Cross to the outside one more time, and 4 points. No pass, no penalty on that
That's
one.
right.
Didn't get that jammer lap point, unfortunately.
That's right, but Angel City losing a blocker to the penalty box as Pootie Tang gets pushed by her teammate up the outside. Sometimes when you give a push, you push them out. Pootie Tang for 5 points.
Pack now moving into turns 1 and 2 again. Angel City incurring another penalty. Their pivot is off to the penalty box. That's number 55. No.
You know, Angel City's done a
5-5-5.
great job of cleaning up in this second half. They were consistently going to the box the first half. I'm not seeing that as much, and I think that may be why they've taken a slight edge on the scoreboard. 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go. I've seen it happen before.
Indeed, and 18 jams down already. So some very quick action going on here on track 3. 91 and 93. Vanna Curtis facing off against Sonic the Sledgehog. We definitely know who the jammer rotation is. No surprises thus far.
Vanna, lead jammer for blue. And Denver's jammer sneaks by the outside. 5 points, taking Angel City's jammer point. And a penalty being issued to Angel City's Sledgehog. She tries to enter the penalty box. She's too far. She's going to have to circle around, take a nice lap on the outside. Denver's jammer, meanwhile, coming back into the pack.
Yeah, Sonic the Sledgehog took a back block penalty, but didn't realize the call was on her until she was right on that line.
Vanna Curtis throwing her arms up, tiptoeing behind these Angel City blockers. She's been out and in. Angel City doing a good job defending their points. It's 3-on-3 power jam for Denver.
Back now, reapproaching turn 1. Denver splitting apart just a little bit, allowing their jammer to pass. The final result, 3 additional points to Denver, bringing their score to 18 points in jam 19. Their score 205. Angel City falling a little bit behind now at 158. Just less than 4 minutes left to play. But you know what? I mean, we've already seen 18, 25, 30-point jams.
Yeah,
Could still happen.
It's an exciting game. I'm really enjoying this being my first game of the Big O to announce. Plenty more to come. Susie Powell, number 55, starting in a power jam, takes it up to the inside like a champ. Meanwhile, 91, Sonic the Sledgehog, back in for Angel City.
Both jammers rounding the track now.
Susie Powell being taken to the outside by number 100, Quiet Riot. That brings our jam to a close. Stay Puff, 2 points for the team in blue. And what I was thinking, some of these timeouts are starting to appear. Team timeout, to Angel City. Let's talk about a couple of our sponsors. Flat Mat Yoga. If you think you don't like yoga, Stay Puft, Flat Mat Yoga might change your mind.
Perhaps.
It's yoga for your roller derby body, schedule, and budget. If you want to skate longer, harder, and with less pain, it's time to get on the mat with Flat Mat Yoga.
I like it. Also want to thank the Eugene Weekly, the Eugene Weekly proudly supports Emerald City Roller Derby. I promise I won't do that tomorrow, okay?
It's okay. The Weekly has been a fantastic sponsor of our local news. It's a free newspaper that goes through Eugene, and they always have wonderful articles about the Big O and our skaters. It's really great.
Very cool.
That concludes our team timeout. Everybody's kind of regrouped. They're ready to finish out the last 2 minutes, 58 seconds of this game. In the white, 1352 Block Lobster up against Pootie Tang, number 27 in the blue.
Both jammers in the mix.
Pootie Tang up the inside. She's your lead jammer, Denver. The pack speeding up. Angel City regrouping at the front. They're going to set up on turn 3. Pootie Tang to the outside, being instructed to call it no points for either team. Angel City very happy about that. Sometimes no points is quite a victory.
Very true. 2 minutes and 20 on the clock, 21 jams down. And let me see here.
Quit doing
49
math.
points. Sorry.
93. That's Vanna Curtis up against Stormy Heather.
Big hip check from number 93, Vanna Curtis, trying to get edge through there, break her own hole in that pack, that white wall.
She runs into Angel City, takes a spin. She is your lead jammer, Denver. Let's hear it, fans.
Bash and crash. Now we have a jammer race on our hands as the pack comes into turn 3 and 4.
With screams to call it, the jammers connect at the feet, and both jammers giving each other the, it's not my fault, but Stormy Heather going to take the penalty on that one. Vanna Curtis with one more Angel City blocker, and 5 points on the board for Denver.
Back now, coming back to turn 1. Angel City taking that forward position. It's a power jam for Denver.
Vanna
Curtis
taking
reapproaching.
a really tough hit on the back of the pack, and Angel City's blocker going to the box for that. Quiet Riot, your last line of defense, also heading off to the penalty box. This is Denver's opportunity with only 2 of Angel City's blockers to pass. And she gets the jammer point as well. 4 points.
Duck and move, like amazing agility being shown here by Vanna Curtis. Unbelievable to close out this game.
23 seconds in the period clock. She stays in with a hop from the outside. Vanna Curtis seems to have come into her groove for this game.
I don't know if everyone can see it over there, but it looked like a washing machine as she spun around the blockers coming into turn 4.
And she is still going as this jam comes to an unofficial end. Give us just a moment, folks.
Looks like there's a team timeout called by Angel City.
Oh, okay, timeout. Sorry about that.
And there's going to be 2 seconds on the clock.
Excuse
Means
me.
we're going to get one more jam out of this game.
One more jam. Wow, quite a change over the last 10 minutes, Stay Puft. Denver pulling into the lead, and we're going to have one more jam to finish this game. Next up on this track later today is going to be Fort Collins versus Angel. I believe that might be, is that a men's team? I'm not sure.
Hang on. Oh, yeah.
We have a schedule to check out. We'll let you guys know.
Yeah, Fort Collins versus Angel.
That's a
It's a junior
juniors.
game right here on track 3. Going to want to check it out.
That's right. We were watching them warm up at the halftime. They were looking fierce. All right, this game is almost underway. Everyone moving around on the track so much, I thought it might have already started.
Nobody can decide where they want to start this last chance.
Lots of jostling. Susie Powell for Denver up against 684 Noodles, Angel City. Noodles taken to the inside. Susie Powell gets to the front and calls the game.
Unofficial final after 2 30-minute halves of play. Denver at 2:30, Angel City at 1:62. We'll wait for the nod from the folks in the stripes just to make sure before that's all done. Folks here on the track, make sure to come on out, get your free high five. Say thanks to the skaters and everybody else who are out here put on an amazing event for you. Again, as we mentioned, we got a juniors game coming up here on track 3. It's been a ton of fun here with Apple Bottoms Up. I'm Stay Puffed. We've had so much fun. We got a couple announcements. MVPs. You're going to need to come and get those forms from us here before you leave. We're going to vote for the MVPs for the games on Sunday.
That's right.
Yeah.
The coaches, captains of both teams will need to submit a vote for the MVP before they leave the track. Once again, Denver and Angel City, please decide an MVP and tell us before you leave the track.
Awesome.
With a victory lap, Denver, your final score, 230 to 162.
Thanks all. We will see you again soon. I'll be back tomorrow. There's tons more derby here. Don't go away. Thanks a lot. Take care.